One thing that I do want to mention here, oftentimes we see questions in the forum that somebody is trying to type a certain character and FingerKeyboard is typing something else. Usually the mistake is, for example, here, if I were to, instead of the small q, if I were to accidentally type a question mark, then on the keyboard itself, I would still see the small letter q because that's defined over here. But FingerKeyboard would be typing a question mark because that's defined over here. So that is one of the most common mistakes that will happen, and we've seen many questions where people are asking, how do I change this? It's not typing the right letter. Then this is where you want to make sure that it's defined properly in FingerKeyboard in the skin file. I'll go ahead and put a small q here again. Another thing to keep in mind is just a general rule for the skin file, where whenever you see capital letters, for example here in this single character abbreviation, or for example here in the color scheme section, or down here when you see like actions being defined, those capital letters are important. If I were to, for example, down here where it says action dot arrow up or ARR up, if I were to have any small letters here, that would not work. So keep that in mind. For example, even here, this U is a capital U. So capital letters are important to FingerKeyboard, so keep that in mind whenever you are trying. For example, here, if you were to type a small letter and you see that it's not, that the arrow is not working, then it could be that you accidentally have a small u over here. It's another thing to keep in mind.